Welcome to Access to Business Opportunities. I'm Thomas Stevens, your host. Today with us, we have Atiba Thompson with Ubiquitous Financial. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a brand new year, a great opportunity to do new things, and you're up first.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, tell me a little bit about your company and a little bit about your background.
Okay, well, my name is Atiba Thompson, and I'm the owner of Ubiquitous Financial and the president of Omniscient Real Estate Finance Corporation. And both of these companies are designed to help individuals avoid financial hardships while creating financial stability. And how we do that is create financial stability through a vision and a plan. What we have found is most individuals have a vision on becoming successful, becoming rich, or buying a home, or sending their kids to college, but they don't have a plan behind it. And we believe a vision without a plan is just a hallucination.
That's good.
But a vision with a plan is innovation.
Okay. And for those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about your background in particular. Why are you in this business? What qualifies you to talk to the people?
Well, you know, I've been in financing for the last 12 years. I've been vice president at Union Savings Bank, Chase Bank. I ran my own mortgage company prior to this. And what really pushed me to start my own was, you know, when you work with these big organizations, you really don't get that personal feel. You can't really educate the consumer on why you can't help them and give them the steps on how you will be able to help them in the near future, because when you're with a Chase or such and such, you have certain criteria and guidelines you must follow. And a lot of those are just numbers. If I can't help you, get them out the door. And I want that personal feel. I look to build relationship with every individual looking to accomplish that American dream.
Okay. And now, as I said, this is a new year and a new opportunity.
Sure.
Now, you're a mortgage expert, you say?
Well, yes, I have a mortgage broker, and I also have a financial consulting company. The Ubiquitous Financial is the financial consulting, and the Omniscient Real Estate is the mortgage company.
Okay. What should individuals and companies, what do they really need to know as we kick off this new year about finances?
Well, they just need to know the fundamentals of how to create financial stability. And we believe there are 6 components in creating financial stability. And the first component is, you know, how to clean, repair, and establish a positive credit profile, how to become a successful homeowner, how to get life insurance to protect our family from financial hardships, health insurance, the importance of having that, especially long-term care insurance, where to invest, how to plan for retirement, and also entrepreneurship. Those 6 components will create a foundation that individuals can build upon.
Okay, and that sounds like a solid foundation, maybe a foundation of concrete as opposed to straw. So
Definitely.
We want to get into some specifics, but life insurance. Why is life insurance important for a small minority or female-owned business?
Well, it's so unfortunate that I run into a lot of individuals that have death in their family, and the family has to call a family meeting to bury this individual, let alone the other liabilities that this person has left, the home, the car payments, the credit cards. So having life insurance will help you and protect your family against those financial hardships. I often ask couples, if it's a husband and wife, I say, look at your spouse and you ask them, if I was to die right now, would you be affected? And if I don't have life insurance, were you better off without me? So I often ask them that question. A lot of times they don't have life insurance. More than likely that spouse is better off without you.
Wow. So from a business perspective, should a company have like a key person life insurance policy? Some people call it a key man life insurance policy.
Sure. Definitely. It all depends on if you have partners or if you're a sole proprietor. If you have partners, you definitely want to have life insurance for that partner. Just in case, God forbid, if something happens to them, you want to still protect your investment. You being the other partner, having life insurance will cover the financial burden that you're going to have when that other spouse or that other business partner dies.
Okay, and so they should really talk to their insurance person about possibly doing that.
Well, definitely. There are a variety type of life insurance policies. So you can go term, you can go whole life, you can go universal, whatever is going to be most beneficial for that individual and that company.
Okay. Now, this other major area of insurance, healthcare.
Yes.
Major concern of a lot of small businesses, minority businesses, and it's so costly. It appears to be so costly.
Right.
What can you tell us about that?
Well, the thing about it is there's a different variety of health insurance policies as well. There's HMOs and there's the co-pays. So it's a matters of how healthy you are. A lot of times individuals are on a group policy where it's much cheaper and the employer pays a certain percentage of that. But for a self-employed business owner, they don't have that group policy. So they must go out there and talk to an insurance agent such as myself, and I'll shop them around to find them the best opportunity for them.
Okay, what do you mean by shop them around?
Well, you know, a lot of times individuals go to captive agents like a State Farm agent or a nationwide agent, things like that. So they can only offer those products. However, I'm an independent broker, so I can go to the Aetna, the medical mutuals, the different variety of health insurance companies to find out who can offer that client the best deal.
And is there really reasonable policies out there that a sole proprietorship or a partnership, folks in that they actually can afford it?
Oh, very much so. I mean, I'm a sole proprietor and I have health insurance, and I have 4 people on that policy, and I pay about $225 a month.
Oh.
So it's very, very reasonable. It just depends on the health, the age, and things like that.
I must be doing pretty good because you actually told me your numbers. So
Oh, hey.
that's pretty good. Thank you.
Definitely.
Credit. Credit's
Sure.
a major concern. A lot of people's credit is not where they would like it to be based on the tough economic challenges.
Right.
So what can we tell those folks this year to give them hope to move forward?
Well, we must understand the fundamentals of cleaning, repairing, and establishing a positive credit profile. If you have negative things on your credit, you have to know how to dispute those things with the credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Writing those letters, disputing those items will get them removed. The credit bureaus have 30 days to prove that you owe it. If they can't prove it, they delete it. If they do prove it, then you need to work out settlement arrangements. Once you get those settlement arrangements, get a zero balance letter, send that to the credit bureau, it'll be removed. We also need to understand how to establish a positive credit profile. A lot of individuals think because they pay their credit cards on time, their credit score should go up. But it's a magic number, and it's about 30% of that limit is where you want your balance to be. So if you have a $500 limit, then your balance should never be more than $150. And if you keep it right there, you'll create positive credit.
So why'd they give me the money? I got a $500 limit.
Right. Well, to see if you're responsible or not.
Okay.
And if you are responsible, you'll keep that limit at the 30%. If you aren't responsible, you're going to go up over that 50% mark, which does not help your credit. It actually affects your credit, even if you're paying on time.
Okay, now a lot of small business owners have to use their credit cards to get up and running.
Sure.
And deal with cash flow issues.
Sure.
Any thoughts there?
Well, I mean, starting a new business can be difficult, but there are a lot of resources out here for individuals if they're looking to start businesses, like a COMBA or ECDI, or there's other organizations like Increase CDC will help them with getting down payment money to start their business. So you don't necessarily have to max out your credit cards, but more or less talk to some of those organizations that want you and will help you become a successful business owner.
Okay. Let's look here at succession planning.
Sure.
Most people don't want to talk about that, but fail to plan, plan to fail, the whole deal.
Definitely.
So I think that's a priority. Let's deal with that issue.
Well, it's just as simple as I said. You know, a vision without a plan is just a hallucination. If you don't have a vision and a plan, then you're just making up things. But everyone, like I said, most people have a vision, but that plan is the key component behind that. If you don't have a plan, you can say, okay, I want to be rich, or I want to go or send my kids to college, but where's the plan to do so? And I think that's the most important part of becoming a successful individual or business owner. It's that component of the vision and the plan.
So you have your vision, you need a clear plan. So let's talk about this path to success.
Sure.
What should be in this plan?
Well, first of all, who is your audience? What kind of product or service are you going to offer? Who are you going to sell this product or service to? How does it benefit our community, our country, our economy? You need to find out those type of things before you go into a business. You must know who your audience is and how it can really help people in our economy.
Any more details about a plan?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into a business plan. There's financial projections.
Okay.
There's a business plan is simply more or less putting your ideals on paper and then finding out why those ideals are different than other individuals. So we will spend more than this half hour talking about the fundamentals of business planning, but the most important thing is getting your ideals on paper and finding out why that's different than other individuals and doing your market research.
Okay, great. Now, eight questions every business owner should ask. We're going to hit question number one.
All right.
Why is having a current year budget important?
Because if you don't have a budget, then you don't know what you're able to afford. You don't know which way you're going. A budget is going to kind of give you an idea, hey, this is my expenses this month, this is my profit this month, and then you can kind of figure out where you're losing or making money. If you don't have that budget, you're never going to know. Back to the failure to plan.
Mm-hmm. Where is my company, next question, where's my company spending its money? Where did it spend it last year? Why is that important to know? Basically how you spent that money.
Because if you don't know where you spent that money, then you don't know if you're actually being profitable or you're losing money. And I know a lot of people or a lot of business owners look at the end of the year and find out if they're being profitable. I suggest you kind of do that on a weekly or a monthly basis to find out. There's 52 weeks in a year. So if you don't find something or if you catch something within those first couple weeks, then you know how to change the rest of the weeks. But if you do it every month and you mess up a couple months, then you only have 10 left. So it's best to go ahead and revisit that plan consistently to find out if you're really being lucrative and profitable.
You seem to know your stuff. Okay, got a few more questions for you here.
Thank
you. Why is knowing, looking at your cash flow for the next 6 months, why is that important, looking at cash flow projections?
Because things come up a lot of times. I mean, as a business owner, you may think that you have everything in line and everything planned out. However, there are going to be things that come up, and you need to know how your cash flow is working. You need to know where you're getting money from and things like that. Because if your business is not making any money, then more than likely you're going to go out of business. So understanding where your cash is going and the importance of cash flow will make you a successful business owner.
What is cash flow anyway? I mean, you're a former banker, so this should be easy for you.
Well, cash flow is basically after your expenses, how much money do you have left over? After you pay your rent, after you pay your utilities, after you pay all the other liabilities that you have, how much profit are you having? And then that on a monthly basis is your cash flow.
Okay, good. Specific plans you already talked about, but more importantly, having a specific plan to generate new business.
Generating new business comes with networking. First of all, it's knowing what you do and how you do it. It's about becoming omniscient, being extremely wise in your field of profession. Once you have that, you can go out there and tell more people about that. Networking is key. A lot of us think because we have great ideals, it's going to drop in our lap. But if people don't know about it, then we're not going to be successful. So going out there, believing in yourself and your product and networking, having other people share your vision is key.
Now, you're more of a strategic networker. Obviously, you don't go to every event. There's been tons of them in the past.
Sure.
But no one has a bunch of time. They've got to be focused. So talk more about strategic networking.
Well, there's several organizations in Columbus that you can join. There's Big Fish Networking. It's a guy that I know, Steve Balzic. I'm very close with him, and he has a great networking organization, and he puts on events probably 3 or 4 times a month. And just to go out there and let people know what you do would be great. It's not about going to every event, but if you can go, the more people know about you, the more success you'll have.
Okay. Networking strategically. Great.
Definitely.
As far as clients referring business to your organization, referrals are key to long-term longevity, I believe.
Sure.
So how do you nurture those relationships?
Well, longevity, like you said, is the key. It's not about being a one-hit wonder. So nurturing relationships is very important. You must, first of all, take yourself out of the equation when you're building a relationship. Relationship is a two-way street. But
back that up for a minute.
Sure.
You said you must take yourself out of it.
Yes.
Explain that.
A lot of individuals, when they're building relationships,